I was full expecting to go through that.
Mate, that's all good.
It's a self-fixing bin, don't worry about it.
We didn't do anything. We didn't break anything. I had this idea from quite a while ago where I wanted to get this clear jacket. I knew Mike at his house had all this string that lights up. That was the idea though, to have this sort of neon string and tie this like around a clear jacket. So I went to Kmart and I was like, all right, surely Kmart has a clear jacket. If you don't know what Kmart is, it's pretty much like a Walmart. It's just got everything, all random shit. And I'm like, hey, do you have a clear jacket? And they're like, no. The next best option was this.
Fluoro jacket.
It was a fluoro jacket, so I think we'll be able to work with it. At least it's gonna stand out.
What we should test as well, if we're gonna stick something to this, we should check if we've got sticky tape that's gonna stick to it.
Oh, it does not stick at all. There's no way that's gonna stick.
Especially when you got heaps of it.
No.
Yeah, see?
I was like, whatever, it doesn't matter because we've at least got this fluoro jacket. We've got Hayden's light bar thing, which is really cool for night photography. So I was gonna be like, all right, let's use this to light up the subject and we can hold it in some alleyways and all that sort of stuff. So we headed into the city with that light bar. This wasn't really like the exact type of photo spot that I wanted to go to. It was more of just a plain road, but there was a little bit of the city in the background, and I wanted to be able to have the model wearing that fluoro yellow jacket, holding the light bar. So I was like, all right, everyone, let's get out of the car. Let's do this photo. Let's turn on this light bar. And then this happened. Batteries are not working at the moment. Far out. We definitely charged them though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, now this needs to go like that way.
That way?
And then it will go in the same way.
Well, this spot's pretty much pointless then.
That was literally the whole reason that I wanted to do this spot. I guess we'll go into the city.
Yeah, let's just go into the city. Let's just try something else.
That's alright.
We can still try shoot with the jacket into some laneways and stuff. We don't necessarily need the light.
So we're not directly in Chinatown at the moment. We're just in an area where we haven't really shot before. Oh, even here's a cool shot. What do you think of a shot of like one of you sitting on that edge there? We've got these two huge buildings right behind Mike. And so for the first shot, I'm gonna compose him in between the space between those two buildings just to fill that up. Mike didn't even end up wearing the fluoro jacket. I was just wearing it. I think I didn't want to hold it, so I just put it on. Maybe I'm starting a new fashion trend. Let me know down below. What I've just done now is I've got really low, trying to focus on getting that low angle. And this lens, a 40mm, it's relatively wide, but the good thing about it is it's really sharp. So as you'll see in the photos at the end of the video, they're gonna be just focused on Mike and then everything else is gonna be blurry. Alright, if you can just do a triple backflip off there now, that would be great.
Oh. I was full expecting to go through that. Got a bit of a dent in it.
Mate, that's all good.
It's a self-fixing bin, don't worry about it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I like the graffiti as well, the Iron Man graffiti too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is like torture. There's all these people in here just eating all this food in front of us. Why do we never learn to eat before we shoot?
I don't know. I don't know. I think we just always love a good post-shoot feed. Post Malone shoot, Malone feed. I love Malone feeds. Usually all of these lights are on here and it creates for some really cool like different colored lighting, but
today there's only one light on. We only got one.
Yeah, all the lights are off, so we're gonna have to find a different location. That's alright though, because we're in Chinatown. There's heaps of different lights around here. So we went up to this car park rooftop thinking that there would be a really cool view, but once we got up there we realized that I'm not really feeling this spot, bro. I feel like it's a bit too light. I think if we can find an alleyway, that will be a lot better for these sort of photos. There's all these air vents here. This is really cyberpunk and like grungy.
But like even under these street lights, that they've already created light.
Yeah.
And you could put something there and Photoshop the color of it.
For this shot, we'll use a 105mm for sure. I'll have to stand quite far away, that's the only thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I reckon that's
Definitely.
the sort of shot that I wanted to get. We can Photoshop something up here for sure.
Okay.
Now that I got that low angle shot, I've got to go around and get other neon signs which I can Photoshop to where the lights are, but I'm gonna have to get them on the same angle. Alright, so even though the photo shoot didn't turn out how I wanted it to, the idea at the start was to have this glowing jacket, it just didn't work out. At that first location with those two buildings, it was cool because I was able to get a really low angle because Mike was already sitting up high on that ledge. I love doing low angle portraits, especially when there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, like we've got the two buildings. If you're ever doing a night photo shoot, using someone's phone light to just lighten up their face helps to bring attention towards their face in the photo. Then I asked Mike to stand up and I went all the way back. Like I took maybe 20 steps backwards, 21, I don't know, we'll call it 22 steps. I just wanted to get a wider shot of the actual environment. And then as we were making our way to Chinatown, I saw this photo opportunity because there was this one little light. I got this photo here and the reason I like it is because it's framed in between these two people. Like we have a person on the right and a person on the left, which helps fill up that negative space, and it just directs the focus right onto Mike. And then the last photo of them all. This was the one where I tried to get a bit creative with it. So I started off by just getting this first shot here of Mike. If you can see here, there's all these lights up here, and because there's already that light source, my idea was to go out and shoot some neon signs or just any lit up signs in that area so that I could Photoshop them where that light source is coming from. And because I've never done this before, this is what it ended up looking like. It looks alright, it just doesn't look realistic at all. Even though I said it in the video, I didn't actually get it on the right angle. So when I took this first shot here, I was shooting from a low angle and I was in the middle of the road. But then for these other shots when I was taking photos of the signs, I was to the left of the road and then sometimes I was to the right. It needs to be the exact same angle. But once I chucked an edit on it, it didn't turn out too bad. It's still usable and I'm still happy that I tried the idea because that means that next time I go out and do it, I'll have a bit more of a concept of what exactly I have to do. Also, I edited these photos using my Lightroom presets, and these presets work the best on night, urban, or city photos. That's when I use them the most. If you want to go download my presets, I'll leave the link down in the description. But that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new about photography. If you did, leave a like, help me out by hitting subscribe, and as always, don't think, just do.